15 jaw-dropping facts about skeletons you wish you knew sooner. 1. Skeletons aren't just mindless minions. First up, let's shatter a myth. Skeletons aren't just mindless drones waiting around in dungeons for players to smash. Oh no, my friends. In the lore of Dungeons and Dragons, skeletons can carry out complex orders and possess memories from their past lives. Imagine the storytelling goldmine. A skeleton pausing before striking, recognizing a trinket it once held dear. Spooky and sentimental. 2. They can be exceptional storytellers. Next, did you ever think of skeletons as storytellers? Yes, you heard that right. We're not trying to introduce adventurers to their pointy ends. Skeletons can be exceptional fonts of lore and history. With the right magical persuasion or offerings, they might share tales lost to the living. Imagine a skeleton revealing the location of a hidden treasure, or the true murderer in a whodunit campaign. 3. Skeletons have fashion sense. Moving on, let's debunk another skeletal myth. They have no fashion sense. Psh, as if. Did you know that skeletons often dress according to their former lives or the tasks set by their necromancers? That's right. A skeletal knight could be found in rusted but once noble armor, while a skeleton summoned by a stylish necromancer might sport a surprisingly trendy ensemble. It's all in the bone structure, darling. 4. The skeleton's secret social life. Think skeletons are all work and no play? Think again. In certain dark corners of the D&D universe, skeletons gather to reminisce about the good old days, clacking their bones in what can only be described as dances. Some dark rituals even have skeletons mingling, exchanging skull jokes and rattling about in an eerie semblance of social gatherings. The perfect opportunity for some truly bone-chilling eavesdropping. 5. Not all skeletons serve evil. And now, for the marrow of the matter. Contrary to popular belief, not all skeletons serve evil masters. In some rare cases, these bony beings have been known to protect sacred places or treasures for reasons beyond mindless servitude. Think cursed knights still upholding their vows or guardians of ancient secrets. Who says chivalry is dead? Or should we say, undead? 6. Skeletons can have pets. Alright, hold on to your funny bones for this next one. Skeletons can have pets. Imagine a skeletal dog walker, his loyal spectral hounds trailing behind him. Or a skeletal falconer with his ghostly birds of prey. These pairings are not only fantastic visual elements for your campaigns, but can also add layers to a skeleton's backstory. Plus, who doesn't love a good skeleton and his pet story? 7. The Skeleton War. Another jaw-dropping revelation. Skeletons are capable of organizing into vast armies, waging wars that echo through the Underrealms. But did you know about the Skeleton War? A legendary conflict where factions of skeletons, each with their distinct banners and crests, clash for supremacy, territory, or the sheer thrill of battle. Imagine leading your players into the heart of such a conflict, where alliances are formed and broken, and history is written by the victors. Or Victor Bones. 8. Skeletons in unlikely roles. Finally, let's shatter another skeletal stereotype. Their job prospects. Sure, most are foot soldiers in an undead army, but with the right spell, a skeleton can be so much more. From butlers to librarians, these bony individuals can fulfill roles you'd never expect. Imagine the comedic potential of a skeleton trying to be the world's best butler, only to constantly rattle and scare the guests. How would you employ skeletons in unexpected roles to add humor or horror to your game? 9. Skeleton varieties. You haven't heard of. When you think of a skeleton in D&D, you probably imagine your standard humanoid skeleton, right? Wrong. The Monster Manual and various lore books are practically overflowing with skeletal variations. Ever heard of a skeletal mage? How about a giant skeleton terrorizing the countryside? There's even an owlbear skeleton. Yes, folks, your favorite feathery bear has a bone to pick in the afterlife. And you thought regular owlbears were terrifying. So, dear dungeon delvers, which skeletal surprise would you summon to truly perplex your players? 10. Skeleton sentience. Contrary to common belief, Skeletons in the Dungeons and Dragons universe possess a degree of sentience beyond mere mindless animation. While their actions are typically dictated by the necromantic energies that animate them, some skeletons retain fragments of their former consciousness or memories. This can lead to eerie situations where adventurers encounter skeletons that exhibit emotions, speech, or even hints of their past lives, adding layers of complexity and intrigue to encounters with these undead foes. 11. Bone Armor Adaptation. Skeletons in Dungeons and Dragons have the remarkable ability to adapt their skeletal structure to incorporate additional bones or even armor plating over time. As they defeat foes or absorb the remains of fallen creatures, they can reinforce their own bodies, enhancing their resilience and combat capabilities. This evolutionary trait makes them increasingly formidable adversaries as they continue to survive and accumulate strength, posing a significant challenge to even the most seasoned adventurers. 12. Necrotic Aura. Hidden within the recesses of their bony forms lies a dormant power waiting to be unleashed. The Necrotic Aura. When provoked or threatened, certain skeletons have the ability to emanate a sinister aura of necrotic energy, sapping the life force from those unfortunate enough to be within its reach. This aura not only weakens their enemies but also invigorates the undead, granting them renewed vigor and resilience in battle. 13. Spectral Synergy. In rare cases, skeletons may exhibit a symbiotic relationship with nearby specters or other incorporeal undead entities. Through an enigmatic bond forged in the depths of the Shadowfell, these spectral companions bolster the skeleton's abilities, granting them enhanced agility, coordination, and even limited incorporeal traits. This unholy alliance presents a formidable challenge to adventurers, as they must contend not only with the physical prowess of the skeletons, but also the ethereal presence of their spectral allies. 14. Obsidian Ossification. Deep within the bowels of the earth, where the veins of the Shadowfell intertwine with the molten rock of the Underdark, a unique breed of skeletons known as obsidian skeletons can be found. These creatures have undergone a process of ossification, whereby their bones have been fused with obsidian, granting them unparalleled durability and a menacing jet-black appearance. Their obsidian-infused forms are resistant to mundane weapons and possess a razor-sharp edge, making them a formidable threat to even the most well-equipped adventurers. 15. Cursed Crypt Keepers. Legends speak of cursed crypts where skeletons serve as guardians not out of choice, but as unwilling sentinels bound by ancient curses or dark rituals. These cursed crypt keepers are trapped in a perpetual state of unrest, their spirits tethered to their skeletal remains by malevolent forces beyond mortal comprehension. Their existence is a tragic reminder of the perils of tampering with the forces of undeath, and those who dare to disturb their eternal vigil risk invoking their wrath and unleashing untold suffering upon themselves and their descendants.